So Nike finally released their trailer for Caitlin Clark's sneaker. They finally did.
At long last. Seriously, after watching Nike drop the ball time and again with their most bankable athlete, they've finally done something that actually makes sense. Caitlin Clark just landed the commercial treatment she's earned. And the backlash? Predictable and absolutely hilarious. The complaints are flooding timelines, keyboards are on fire, and the bitterness is rising faster than the tide at the Dead Sea.
Haven't heard already, I'm pretty sure you have. Nike has released a new Caitlin Clark commercial, and they made it their business to show love and show out for none other than CC. Now, we know fans has definitely been in odds with the company ever since signing Caitlin Clark. A lot of people feel as if they put Caitlin Clark on the back burner. I don't know, man. I'm a Nike fan. I know a lot of people gonna disagree with me on this, but I think Nike was strategic with their growth. People could be mad about it or feel whatever way they feel about it. But one thing I can tell you is that I feel as if they were strategic.
Nike just rolled out a Kobe-branded commercial for Caitlin's new Player Edition sneakers, and it's like they finally remembered who they signed. The woman who's been pulling women's basketball into the spotlight, who turns every game into a sold-out event, finally got an ad worthy of her impact. And the usual naysayers? They're livid.
Caitlin Clark and Nike are officially dropping Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever player-exclusive Kobe 5s in just a couple weeks. So this shoe was first seen being worn by Caitlin and was thought to be a colorway made just for her up until just a couple days ago, where Nike's official images of the shoes got leaked and the announcement was made saying that everyone will now have a chance to wear them.
Let's break down what Nike actually put out. This isn't just another promo, it's a declaration. Caitlin laces up those Kobe 5s, sits center frame, and her eyes shift into serpent-like focus, a clear nod to Kobe's legendary Mamba mode. Nike is making one thing clear: she's the one driving the league now. From the slick cinematography to the top-tier effects, the vibe is elite. This is superstar-level production, a massive upgrade from the underwhelming promos women's basketball has been served for years.
We got something for Caitlin. We got Mamba Caitlin. We got Mamba Caitlin. Where is the Mamba Caitlin? There we go. We have the Mamba logo. We have Caitlin on demon time right now. But yeah, it's good to note that they finally announced it as Caitlin's, as a Caitlin logo. Or sorry, as a...
And now, like clockwork, the same tired voices are back with the same recycled complaints. Why is she getting all the buzz? Other players deserve this too. She's only in her second season. It's the same whining that's been echoing since Clark's debut. What they're really afraid of is facing a simple truth. Caitlin Clark is the face of women's basketball, and Nike finally stepped up to promote her that way.
Now, people felt the type of way, you know, about Caitlin Clark getting these PE shoes. A lot of people felt as if she should have her own signature shoes, which she should. She very should. But guys, no one had. I don't think there's any player that got a Kobe PE, bro. Like, do y'all know who Kobe was in the basketball world, bro? I'm just saying, like, Kobe didn't allow even his family. I'm pretty sure it's not just going to give his signature shoe to just some anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, other NBA players ain't even got.
Want to know the most satisfying part? Her shoes sold out in 5 minutes. Yes, 5 minutes. Fans swarmed the Nike sneakers app like it was a hyped up music drop. That $190 retail tag? Gone before most people could even click add to cart. Within 2 hours, pairs were already being flipped on eBay for $375, and by nightfall, StockX had them averaging $365, with some listings pushing $800. That's not manufactured buzz, that's the Caitlin Clark effect in real time.
These things is some fire. I'm telling you, where there's smoke, there is fire, and these things is hitting so hard. And who got a bot? Who a shoe plug? Because I need 2 pairs. I need one for the sneaker wall, and I need one for my feet, because these things is hitting right here, and no, I don't want to pay $600 on.
If you're enjoying this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Meanwhile, Clark's critics are spiraling because Nike finally did what the stats have demanded for over a year. This is the player who elevated WNBA viewership to levels not seen in nearly a quarter century. The league averaged 657,000 viewers per game, and 19 out of the 22 most watched matchups this season featured Caitlin and the Indiana Fever. She didn't just move the needle, she broke it off and launched it into the stratosphere. And now comes the part that really stings for her detractors. Nike had been dragging its feet on giving Clark her shine, while fast-tracking a signature shoe for A'ja Wilson. Now, the tables have turned, and the conversation is impossible to ignore.
Nike finally delivers Caitlin Clark PE. Is this the first Caitlin Clark exclusive Nike commercial since she's entered the
A'ja Wilson just witnessed something that likely made her question everything she thought she understood about Nike's priorities.
At least we saw something. We saw something from Nike about her PE, and they finally released a PE. Paige Becker's already got a PE. Jewel Lloyd's got multiple. A lot of
Nike just unveiled Caitlin Clark's first solo national commercial, and the internet is in full-blown chaos. Meanwhile, WNBA viewership without Clark has completely tanked. The timing of this ad release couldn't be worse for everyone except Caitlin Clark. Thoughtful. Do you think Nike finally realized who their true headline star is, or is this move a little too late to matter?
So Nike finally released their trailer for Caitlin Clark's sneaker. They finally did, and a lot of people thought that what Nike were talking up, they were going to be, talking up like Caitlin might have been getting her signature shoe. They might have been talking up potentially Caitlin getting that signature shoe, and it would have been really cool if Caitlin got her signature shoe, but let's be real, that was never happening. That was never, ever happening.
Exasperated. Where do we even begin with this perfectly chaotic case of brand timing? Nike has finally dropped Caitlin Clark's first major standalone commercial since she joined the WNBA, and the internet's reaction is exactly what you'd expect, and then some.
And by the way, I know she doesn't have a signature shoe, but this is the first time in 5 years that there is a player that has had their own Kobe. Available 30th of the 6th in selected regions.
Before we dive into the content of the ad itself, let's look at the backdrop that makes this situation awkward for quite a few people. Last week's WNBA viewership, without Caitlin Clark on the floor, was downright humiliating. The numbers were so bad, you have to ask yourself, is there any real interest in women's basketball when the Indiana Fever aren't playing? NBA TV broadcast 3 games this week. The combined audience of those 3 broadcasts didn't even reach Clark's lowest rated game of the season. Read that again. The Los Angeles Sparks took on the Chicago Sky, a game that featured Angel Reese, Kelsey Plum, and Hailey Van Lith, and it only pulled in 240,000 viewers. According to many voices online, these athletes are said to be highly marketable. If that's true, this game should have been a massive ratings hit. After all, we keep hearing how Angel Reese is a powerhouse, how Hailey Van Lith brings flash, and how Kelsey Plum is a certified draw. But that 240K number tells a different story, and unfortunately, it goes downhill from there. The Sparks versus the Minnesota Lynx, featuring Kelsey Plum once again, along with Napheesa Collier, who some claim is the best player in the league, barely hit 220,000 viewers. Now, Collier is undeniably elite, a 3-level scorer with lockdown defense, but clearly, elite performance doesn't always equal massive TV numbers. And then there's the lowest point of the week. The Connecticut Sun versus Las Vegas Aces matchup managed just 100,000 viewers. Yes, 100,000 viewers on national TV in 2025. That's not a typo. That's the cold reality of WNBA viewership without Caitlin Clark. Add those 3 numbers together, 240K, 220K, and 100K, and you get a total of 560,000 viewers across all 3 games.